Hi everyone, SpiderMan 1991 here, and today I am going to be talking about Marvel's Season 1 graphic novels, The First Wave. There were Marvel so starting in February, Marvel released their Season 1 graphic novels, and after that, the whole first wave lasted from February to this month, and it began with Fantastic Four, then they released XMen. Then after XMen, there was Daredevil, which I did not get because I was trying to save money, and I decided to cut back on one book, so Daredevil was the one I picked. And last, the most recent one, SpiderMan Season 1. Basically what happened is basically Season 1 is just an updated version of all the characters' origins that are a way to reintroduce new readers. And I have to say that, they live up to that definition because there's more because it really goes more. These graphic novels go more in depth into the characters a little bit. I mean, when you're reading the reprinted issues, it seems more like, okay, we have to fight this bad guy. Boom, victory. That's pretty much it. But when you read the season ones, they're actually a lot more modern and updated, and they have more character development, which is great. And also, these are a great way if you ever want to, in case someone ever asked you, what happened during the early days of a superhero and stuff like either Fantastic Four, X-Men, or Spider-Man. It really takes the characters back to their roots, and these are definitely something I would give to someone. Maybe not give, but lend. I mean, I would say, maybe to my cousin, or if I ever had kids someday, I'd probably show them this. I'd probably just show them each one and tell them this is how Fantastic Four were formed, this is how X-Men. But also a little thing that I felt left me a little curious was that it's called Season 1, which is a very, I want to say, broad term, because at first when you hear the term Season 1, you think it's like year 1, like the first year. Well, it's not, because a lot of the different. Because, each graphic novel is more than just an origin. It also tells, early adventures and stuff. For example, Fantastic Four. This one not just tells the origins of the team, but also the first encounter with the Mole Man, which also took place in the first issue. And it pretty much covers everything up until the reappearance of Namor, a.k.a. the Submariner. Namor, pretty much, the book ends with the first adventure involving Namor the Submariner. So yeah, that was great. And also they brought in an element from which I just noticed this when I was reading it, was that they brought in an element from the Fantastic Four movie, which was when Ben Grimm briefly gave up his powers, but then he decided to expose himself to the Storm again and become the Thing once more. And Ben did the same thing in the book, except instead of Doctor Doom helping him, it was actually Reed Richards and the Mole Man, because they actually convinced the Mole Man to sort of help them and work with them and stuff. And so they're pretty much able to cure Ben Grimm. But then when Ben sees that Susan Storm and Johnny are in trouble against their fight with Namor, he decides, okay, I need to become the Thing again, because this is what I was meant to be and help them and stuff. So yeah, very, very great work here. Each of the team does get their own little perspectives. You can see how having the powers change them, and also again, there is some in-depth of Reed and Sue's relationship about how each one, how it seems like Reed's always obsessive over his work over Sue or something, but, it's very great, and a really nice in-depth origin. Okay, next up, X-Men, Season 1. For the X-Men, though, this really takes back to the very original concept, back when there were only 6 X-Men. And when I say 6, I mean these 5 students plus Charles Xavier. X-Men, when it started out, it was basically just a school for students who were born different. And the X-Men have grown a lot since their early days. There's originally it was just 5 members. Okay, 6 if you include Xavier, but now it's a lot. There's pretty much 24 members. There's a lot of X-Men now, and there's more than one team of X-Men and other mutants that have all grown since the beginning of this. Most of this book is told from the perspective of Jean Grey, who's the new arrival at the school. And also, I think this one covered the most of the early days for either out of all three that I've read so far. I think this one covered the most of the early days because it covered almost everything from the Jean Grey's first arrival and their first battle with Magneto all the way to when Magneto attacked Xavier's school by himself. And that pretty much covers like the first 18 issues of the first X-Men series, which is pretty awesome. And another thing I think you're going to notice from the artwork about this is when Iceman is depowered, he looks like Justin Bieber. I'm just throwing it out there as a fun little note. I opened it up, I see Bobby Drake, I'm like, wait, why does he look like Justin Bieber? I'm not complaining or anything, it's just a little weird and funny. But still, it's great. I mean, and Jean's not the main focus. I mean, some parts of the book are told from her perspective, but we're also given some insight to Cyclops because even in his early days, Cyclops is pretty much being bred to be the leader of the team. And he's going through, he even went through exercises in the Danger Room where he would control virtual versions of the other X-Men so that to work on his leadership skills. Alright, and the last one. Probably my favorite is Spider-Man, Season 1. Of course, Spider-Man's my favorite hero, so naturally this is my favorite. This is actually pretty short, but I'm not really complaining because it covers the Spider Bite and the death of Uncle Ben from Amazing Fantasy and Spider-Man's first battle with the Vulture. Another interesting thing is that this one pretty much skips over what happened when Spider-Man, in the first issue of The Amazing Spider-Man, was that before he started his own solo career, he went to see the Fantastic Four and asked them if he could work with them and get a position with their team, but they turned him down, and also he has first run with the Chameleon. That doesn't happen in this book. In fact, and also he did save the life of John Jameson, too, which is also not mentioned in here. I'm not so sure whether I'm happy about that. I am happy that they skipped over they got rid of the Fantastic Four thing in this because, I think it focuses more that, I think having the Fantastic Four guest star in Spider-Man's first issue kind of took away some of the spotlight from him. And, I don't know, I think that's a little unfair, but now it's all Spidey in this book. We are pretty much shown his stage career briefly, his entertainment career, and also how Uncle Ben died. He decided, okay, I have to start taking more responsibility with my powers, and his first battle with the Vulture. Oh, also some pictures of the Bugle, too, are in this. But yeah, all of these are just pretty much updated origins, updated and modernized. As far as, in comparison to DC's Earth 1, I think they are different because DC's Earth 1 graphic novels, I believe those are supposed to take place in an alternate timeline or universe, whereas Season 1, I'm not so sure if we are dealing with alternate universe or if it's just the regular timeline, just updated. So, but still, Marvel did a great job with these. These are perfect for new readers, okay? Okay, they really are. I didn't read Daredevil, but maybe I will someday. But I'd say that the first wave of these have been very successful. Alright, all of these are updated origins, and I would highly recommend them to anyone who would ever ask me, what exactly is Spider-Man's origin, or X-Men, or Fantastic Four. Yeah, they're very nice. Artwork in all of them are amazing. Anything else I want to cover? Oh, yeah. Also, each graphic novel does feature a reprint issue. Not the first issues from, the 60s or something, which I find... They have an odd choice of reprints in these, because for Fantastic Four, it's the first issue of it's Fantastic Four 570, which was the start of Jonathan Hickman's run, and Uncanny X-Men, a reprint of Uncanny X-Men #1, the second volume, which took place right after Schism. And for Spider-Man, they reprinted Avenging Spider-Man #1. I think those reprints aren't... I'm not so sure if they are necessary or just... I think that does expose the new. Again, these are made for new readers, so the reprints do help kind of expose the readers to what's going on in the current series right now. However, though, I think it's a little weak because, I figured, well, I mean, I guess if they reprinted the first issues, or first appearances of each hero, then that would probably just be kind of lame. Like, they'd just be reading the quicker version of what they saw in the main graphic novel. So, I don't think the reprints are necessary, though. But, they're good to have in case, people are curious about what's going on in the current series. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend buying all of these graphic novels, though. All the season ones, because my friend Chris, the Dark Avenger, he also did his season 1 reviews, and he says they're amazing, and I agree with him. All of these are great, especially Spider-Man, though. You're definitely within the next 2 months. You're definitely going to see some more of Spider-Man season 1, because I'm definitely going to review this for the movie when it comes out soon. I think that's all I have to say right now about the season 1s. Oh, wait, the second wave. Yeah, the second wave is going to come out later this summer. It's going to feature Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Ant-Man. This is pretty sad for me, but I'm only going to be getting Ant-Man. Yeah, I know the origin of the Hulk. I know about Doctor Strange. Well, actually, for Doctor Strange, I'm kind of on the fence about, but I really want to get Ant-Man because Hank Pym is one of my favorite Avengers, and I kind of want to see his early days because I haven't been able to find any reprints of his solo career from Tales to Astonish. I only know of his adventures in the Avengers book. So if Ant-Man season 1 is going to reprint all of Hank Pym's, is going to be like a retelling of Hank Pym's early days, I'll definitely check it out. Okay, well, that's it for me for now. Season 1, amazing. I would check them out if you get the chance. Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.